Hello, everyone. I'm Carrie Maloney, Marketing Manager at TBA Credit Union. Thank you all for joining us today for our annual meeting. Before I begin, I would like to review a few quick items. All attendees are muted to keep background noise to a minimum. Chairman Dan Brady and President Karen Browne will be the presenters. For questions, comments, and motions, please utilize the Q&A box, which can be found at the bottom of your Zoom screen. We will be monitoring it throughout the meeting. A recording of this meeting will be available on our website within 1 business day. Again, thank you for joining us from the comfort and safety of your home. And now I will hand it over to Chairman Dan Brady.
Thank you, Carrie. Being a virtual quorum present, the meeting is called to order at 5:32 p.m. Secretary Kathy Douglas, will you please call the roll of the board?
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I will now call the names of the board. Please respond if you are here. Adam Bevere.
Here, present.
Dan Brady.
Present.
Kathy Douglas. Here. Charlie Hamlin.
Here.
Dave Seaman. Kay Walker.
Here.
Robert Whitcup. Not hearing from those, we will move on. Mr. Chairman, I ask you to dispense with the reading of the 2019 annual meeting minutes, which were approved by the Board of Directors in May of 2020.
So be it. If any members of the credit union would like to review the meeting minutes that were approved, those are available at your request or by visiting our website at tbacu.com. Now moving on to our bylaw changes. There were no bylaw changes in 2020. And now I'll give the report of the directors. I will note that they put in red here that the chairman gives a quick synopsis. So I was probably a little long-winded last year, so we'll shorten it up this year. On behalf of the board, I would personally like to thank our members for their membership. 2020 was a year unlike any others, as we all know, with lots of challenges. But as Karen Browne, our CEO, will share in her report, there are lots of also silver linings for all of us to celebrate. To the TBA Credit Union staff, our board, and most importantly, our members, thank you for another great year. I can't wait to see you all in person at the 2021 annual meeting. And with that, I'll turn it over to our fearless leader, Karen Browne, our CEO.
Welcome, and thank you all for joining us. I'm Karen Browne, CEO. I'm excited to talk with you about our accomplishments and financial condition. Some highlights from 2020. Bauer Financial performs independent analysis on the data supplied from quarterly reports that are filed with our regulators, and TBA Credit Union has earned a 5-star rating every year since 1999. We also received an A+ rating from depositaccounts.com, which is an unbiased bank comparison site who highlights bank deals and product analysis, and they rated us, of course, A+. Our volunteer challenge. Despite COVID restrictions, TBA Credit Union team members still found ways to volunteer just over 1,000 hours in the community. The past few years, TBA Credit Union has challenged other credit unions in our area in a friendly competition, and we exceeded volunteer averages, winning back our trophy. I'm also happy to have the community agree that TBA Credit Union is simply the best, as we were voted in the top 3 for the Record Eagle and the top 3 of Traverse Magazine's Red Hot Best. COVID. 2020 was a year of constant change, uncertainty, and quick action. When COVID first started, we thought, well, this will be short term. We conducted our daily health screenings. We put some safety protocols in place for staff and members, And then we realized much more was needed. We closed the lobbies March 17th, relocated team members, continued to service our members' needs in new ways, and then reopened our lobbies 12 weeks later with all new safety protocols in place. 40% of our team was working remotely. Team members in communal workspaces were split up and some relocated to empty offices. Today, we still have over 20% of our team working remotely. During 2020, we had to revise our preparedness and response plan 16 times to adjust as new information came out from the CDC, the governor, MIOSHA, and the health department. Our team meetings quickly changed to virtual, and we have learned to communicate effectively and use many new digital tools. Video chats over Microsoft Teams is our new normal. We offered many financial relief programs, saving members over $100,000 in fees. We reduced member financial stress by automatically skipping consumer loan payments for 2 months. We offered 0% income supplement loans. We allowed many mortgages to be deferred for several months. We quickly jumped on board with helping existing business members and also businesses that couldn't even get their own financial institution to contact them back. With almost $4 million in payroll protection loans through the SBA. Team members needed time off for COVID-related care and quarantining, so we paid out an extra 3,460 hours of leave. The relief program certainly affected our income, and our board of directors quickly agreed to adjust the budget accordingly. Our strong financials and years of building capital helped make this an easy decision in such an unprecedented time. In 2020, we saw a 19.4% increase in phone calls. Our service center volume doubled in the number of texts, loans, and e-documents processed compared to 2019. The service center team processed 3,611 electronic documents, communicated with members over 1,484 texts, and processed 1,557 loans. As this graph shows, members utilizing the tellers by visiting the lobby and our drive-thrus dropped 24% during the start of the pandemic and then slowly increased. But we still remain down from the 2019 averages. This chart shows the number of members we have and the number of them using our electronic services. All electronic services grew more than the percentage of our new membership growth, with the biggest growth in remote deposit check capture. That growth was 38.8%, and mobile banking grew 11.6% as our members adapted to doing business in remote ways with COVID. The TBA credit union team were able to save our members over $587,000 by refinancing loans and opening free checking accounts. Thanks to our members completing our service surveys on a scale of 1 to 5, with 5 being exceptional, our average score is a phenomenal 4.75. Based on the survey, our members are so satisfied with our service that they said they would refer TBA Credit Union to their friends and family with the 4.93 advocacy score. This all happens through employee engagement, and our score for engagement rose from 4.38 in 2019 to 4.49 in 2020. Worldwide, 22% of employees are engaged, and 39% are engaged in the US workforce. I am proud to say TBA Credit Union's engagement level increased from 63% to 75%, which makes us eligible for Gallup's Exceptional Workplace Award. And if you haven't heard already, we were awarded that in 2021. During a stressful and ever-changing year, our exceptional leadership team was even able to implement many new products and services. Here's a quick synopsis of those. Please call or visit our website at tbacu.com for more information on all of these products and services. Technology is the focus of almost everything we do to make banking easy and convenient for you. Several IT systems were enhanced for convenience and security. Along with technology comes risk, and our IT department is top-notch with a 0 rating for high and critical findings from our most recent third-party security audit. To give you an idea on what they do, they worked on 2,249 technology tickets that team members opened. Our team delivered 7,000 electronic envelopes securely for member signatures. And of 711,000 incoming emails to our team, 60,000 emails were blocked for security reasons. On top of that, about 50,000 were flagged as spam emails. 4,000 were blocked by our domain, and we stopped about 100 viruses and advanced threats. This is why security is so important and why our IT team is top-notch. In 2020, we didn't let COVID slow down our community impact. We reached our 10-year milestone in student-run credit unions, and our students have saved $127,000 in their accounts. We held financial literacy events with 732 community members attending. We put over 30,000 back into our community by supporting numerous local area nonprofits and schools. We ended 2020 with over 18,000 members, and our growth exceeded our peers. We know our service is key, and it's the biggest reason for new members based on the referrals we receive. Our employee commitment and engagement helps us exceed our peer averages. With the lack of member spending and stimulus funds flooding into accounts, we saw the biggest dollar growth in assets and shares in the credit union's history. Asset growth was $48.6 million or 21% compared to the national average of 17%. Our share and deposit growth was $46.6 million or 24%, and our national peer average was only 19%. Loan growth equaled $2.1 million or 1.4%, and the national peer average was at 3.7%. You might wonder why our loan growth is lower than our peers. Well, we reduced TBA credit union portfolio mortgages over $36 million, which was down 14%, because we refinanced those at lower rates, saving our members money and moving them over to the secondary market, but we maintain the servicing. The mortgages sold to the secondary market through our third party grew 37%, putting on $89 million, bringing our overall mortgage growth to 22.38%. And that's without that interest rate risk staying on our financials. Our assets grew by leaps and bounds, and so has our team. We added 3 new positions and ended 2020 with 60 employees. Here's a quick look at our financial statement, which can be found at tbacu.com or at one of our branches. Our financials were audited as of December 31st, 2019, and Financial Standards Group provided an opinion that the financial statements present fairly, in all material respects, the financial position of TBA Credit Union and the results of its operation and its cash flows for the year ended in accordance with the accounting principles generally accepted in the United States of America. They also reported that the credit union's net worth ratio of 14.22% is significantly over peer averages of 11.67%. Of course, that's as of December 31st, 2019. The credit union's net worth and conservative lending will be instrumental in safeguarding the credit union during the short and long term, according to Financial Standards Group. As I stated earlier, TBA Credit Union is well capitalized, and even though net earnings were lower than 2019, in 2020, our return on average assets is higher than our peers. Overall, 2020 proved to be challenging in ways we never anticipated, but we adjusted, strategized, overcame, and successfully closed out the year. As owners of this credit union, you should all feel a sense of pride and accomplishment in what we have built and what we are able to continue to do. Thank you for your membership.
All right, thank you, Karen. Like I said earlier, a lot to celebrate in a very trying year, and if we could give you a virtual standing ovation for you and your team, we certainly would. So well done, Karen and team. That is great. Now moving on to unfinished business. Is there any unfinished business? I'll ask again, is there any unfinished business? And one more time, is there any unfinished business? Hearing none, I will move on. to new business. Is there any new business before the board? Is there any new business? One more time, is there any new business? Hearing none, I will share the nominations committee's election report. The nominations committee conferred in January and placed the following names in nomination for 3 expiring terms: Dan Brady, David Seaman, and Robert Whitcup. The committee then asked that an elections calendar be set. No nominating petitions were returned for any positions. Therefore, no election was required. As provided in Section 9 of the bylaws, the board secretary cast a unanimous ballot for those nominated and unopposed. Do we have a motion to cast a unanimous ballot for the 3 board candidates?
So moved.
Do we have support?
So moved.
Thank you, Kathy. All in favor, say aye.
Aye. Aye.
All opposed, say nay. Motion carries. I'm looking for more meeting, but there's no more meeting. So I just need a motion to adjourn the meeting.
So moved.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? All right, our meeting is adjourned. Thank you all for joining us for our virtual annual meeting. I wish health and happiness to you and your families. Meeting is adjourned. And as I shared in our board meeting, next Tuesday, 80 degrees, so lots to look forward to.